Hey, what's going on, Sip? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for coming back to Sip, Smoke, and Share with Ronnie. I know I'm late. Today is Mad Men Mondays, and guess what? I know I'm late, but like the boogity boudin man say when he come in the barbershop, hey, I know I'm late, but somebody in here is not late. It's still Monday, and this is Mad Men Mondays, and I'm mad for two reasons. I'm mad, first of all, because Charleston White. Y'all know Charleston White. Charleston White, for a lot of y'all, they call him a shit starter or somebody that's always talking trash. But about 90% of the stuff that Charleston White says has some validity to it. But Charleston White had got into it with young Jay Prince and, you know, the history of Jay Prince and everything that goes on with Jay Prince and Rapper Life for Life and all of that. But him and Charleston White has been trying to get on Jay Prince's neck and say some things that, for whatever reasons, you understand what I'm saying? I don't know why he want to get into it with Jay Prince. Jay Prince gave a lot of people, has done a lot of people for the Houston community, so there's no reason to be talking about Jay Prince. But anyway, him and Charleston White have been going at him. But the thing is Charleston White was in Houston last week to celebrate Candice Matthews' birthday, you know, the lady with the bullhorn. And so he was in 5th Ward. Of all the places he would wanted to go, he was in 5th Ward, you know, the home of Jay Prince and Rap A Lot, right? And so he was here promoting, I think, for the county clerk. I can't think of the guy's name, but Candice Matthews was saying that the county clerk is one of the most influential positions here in the county, because when you have a case and you have an issue with the cops, you need to make sure that the county clerk is on the community side and will release the records. You understand what I'm saying? So you can, in most cases, fight your case. So Charleston White was here. They were at the Nickel Bar and Grill over in 5th Ward, and I watched the video, and there was a lot of noise being said, and nobody was being respectful of Miss Matthews as well as Charleston White when he got up to speak. Which I think is very disrespectful, because if you're coming to a birthday party and the birthday lady is getting up to speak, I would think that you would be quiet. But you know how the black community is. We don't have no respect for nobody. You know, they don't have no respect for nobody. They don't give a damn about nothing until it affects their bottom line or their immediate household. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I'm mad, because Charleston White was telling them some good things about voting and being present in these local elections. These local elections at the local level where you can put your hands on people. You understand what I'm saying? About these court cases and all that, and having a county clerk that's willing to give the information when the information is requested. So, but everybody was talking, and Charleston White said, you niggas don't listen, you ninjas don't listen, y'all don't give a damn about nothing, which is evident because they wasn't quiet. You know, they were there for a birthday party, but at the same time, they were there to get some key information, and nobody was listening. And Charleston White said, well, I can see why half of your kids can't read. You know, 33% of your kids can't read on the grade level. You understand what I'm saying? Then he started hitting what most people would say below the belt, but it ain't below the belt, because guess what? He's telling the truth. Kids can't read. Why? Because the parents are so involved in other things other than rearing children or making sure their children are capable of living a life and not go to prison. You understand? Not resort to stealing, dope selling, and all the other scam and shit that a lot of our communities do. And then we turn the blind eye. We get so sad and go fund me and standing on the corner when Lil Ray Ray gets shot or killed for breaking in somebody's house. But beside that, that's why I'm mad. Because people are so disrespectful, and Charleston White and Candice Matthews are trying to help people, but you know, the people that they're trying to help are the most disrespectful people. You understand what I'm saying? I was even watching the video, and the young man walked in there, looked, and was like, and then walked in front of the camera, in front of Candice Matthews, didn't give a damn about what she was talking, and went stood right in her face to talk to Charleston White, which is so damn disrespectful. But who gives a shit? Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares about anything in our community. That's the way it seems, or at least that's, you know, when you watch this video, you can pick up a bunch of things, little tidbits about the community that other people pick up, and then y'all wonder why, you know, certain people get treated the way y'all treated. They don't give a shit about anything. Ain't nothing important until it affects me and mine. So, hey, that's why I'm mad. But I'm also mad, too, at ESPN. I don't really get down with ESPN, but then after firing Ryan Clark, one of the best commentators, one of the best people to ever grace the desk of ESPN. Ryan Clark is a commentator. He knows football like I know the back of my hand. He can talk football with anybody. He actually played the game. And he was very critical of those that hadn't played the game but always had something to say. He was very supportive of our community in times of hurt and pain, and when things, where injustice was served, he was very vocal at that time. You understand what I'm saying? So for them to fire Ryan Clark while he's on air, you understand what I'm saying? He was there for 11 years, and to watch him on the Pivot podcast, shout out to the Pivot podcast, man. That's a great podcast. And I watched the Pivot podcast the other day, and I watched the brother talk about, him being fired and not having the respect, just to do it in a graceful manner, but just to and then to hide behind. Well, we're firing a lot of people. You understand what I'm saying? But I would urge y'all not to support ESPN because they just treat our people any kind of way. You understand that Ryan Clark is not one of those guys that you can put in the box and make him think or make him say and agree with everybody when he doesn't agree. Shout out to Ryan Clark for that, for having the backbone to stand up for what you believe and how you feel and what you know to be true. So that's why I'm mad, because ESPN fired the brother. Great brother, was a hell of a player when he played. Boy, go watch some of this boy's highlights when he was knocking people out and putting them to sleep. Yeah, that boy was a beast, straight out of that know you. You understand what I'm saying? But that's why I'm mad. Today is Mad Men Mondays. I know I'm late, but somebody in here is not 8. It's still Mad Men Mondays, and this is Sip, Smoke, and Share with Ronnie. And this ragged ass street, I'm mad at this ragged ass street too. But hey, y'all have a good one. Y'all be good. Sip, sip. Hey, but I got an announcement coming up. I have some apparel that's about to be released. Probably within the next week, I'll be putting some pictures and some stuff up about it. But y'all have a good one. This is Sip, Smoke, and Share with Ronnie. Drop a comment. What do you feel? What do you think about Charleston White coming to Houston after beefing with Jay Prince, and then had the nerve to go to 5th Ward? You understand what I'm saying? That's a tall order right there. You understand? And then what do you think about ESPN and them firing Ryan Clark? Maybe you don't give a damn about Ryan Clark. Maybe you do. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment in the comment section. Give me the thumbs up if you fuck with this. If you don't, God damn it, go to one of these other channels on YouTube. It's a bunch of them. But this is Sip, Smoke, and Share, and I'm Ronnie. Y'all have a good day. Sip, sip.